Hi everyone, this is CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and you're watching another episode of Practical Witchcraft. In this video, we're going to be crafting a witch's bottle for protection. So let's head on over to the altar and get crafting. Alright, so we're gonna craft a witch's bottle for protection purposes. So I've already crafted my incense for this spell, and this incense is made of mugwort, rosemary, cedar, frankincense, and myrrh. So we have that. You are going to put yourself in a meditative state, an alternate state of consciousness for spell casting. And I'm going to remove the feathers. And I'm going to light my candles as I do each time. So here we go. The red candle for the primordial feminine or blood. The black candle is for the primordial masculine or flesh. And the white candle is for spirit or bone. Like that. I'm going to light a charcoal disc so that we can burn incense. Because as I've said, incense plays a very prominent role in my spellcraft. While you have lit your candles, you are evoking those energies or entities into your space. Maybe you don't have a red or a black candle. Maybe you use a silver for the feminine and a gold for the masculine. Maybe you have a specific candle for the deities that you work with. But this is what you're seeing. You're seeing my spellcraft, what I do, or might do. Put the charcoal disc in the cauldron. And while we're waiting for that to catch really well, I'm going to assemble or pull out the other ingredients that I need for the witch's bottle. So I'm using a jar. This is the jar that I'm going to use for my witch's bottle. I will need nails, pins, glass, needles. So I have some pieces of glass here. I want to make sure that they'll fit. Yeah. That one might be a little too big. And be careful you don't cut yourself. See, that one's not going to fit. Make sure you don't cut yourself when you're doing this, obviously. That one will fit. That one will fit. I have these pieces. I'm going to save this large piece. I'm going to save this. I think I'll even save this because I have other stuff that has to go in here. And this. So we're going to use those pieces of glass. And then I need needles, pins, anything sharp. Anything sharp. But I want to make sure that it will fit in there. That may not fit. I got some rusty nails, some pins, needles. anything sharp. So we're gonna use these. Use that. That. All that. We'll use all that. Okay. And we need an egg. It is not hard boiled. It is just an egg. It's not rotten. It's just an egg. The cover to the jar. A charm, I'm going to put in this pentacle in there. So I'm going to use that. Urine, I've collected my urine. And I'm going to use my blood. So I have my lancet. And if I can't directly get the blood to drop in there, I may put it on this paper towel and put it in there. So I'm going to have that handy. I am also going to write on the jar. Okay, so this jar has a decoration on it already. I'm just going to basically do pentacles on this. You want protective images. So for me, a pentacle is as protective as I can get. So I'm just going to draw pentacles on here. I wish the jar was just smooth so I could write more, but that's what I got. I have a red Sharpie. I'd prefer black, but all I have on hand is red, so I'm going to use a red Sharpie. Okay, so the jar has been washed with soap and water. You can cleanse it any other way that you want. I've done it with soap and water, a cleansing, basically visualization. Any way that you cleanse anything is how you would cleanse this, and that's what I did. So this is going, so I'm going to put the incense in here. You're also going to need a candle because you are going to seal it with candle wax. I am going to use a black candle. Hopefully, if I have any black candles left. I need my candle holder. Hopefully, I do. I have one more black candle left. I need to get more black candles. Okay. I'm not going to anoint the candle. Oh, it's broken. Oh well. We do with what we got to use it with, right? I'm going to light this from the black candle here. I could actually use the wax of that candle, but I want this candle because it's easier to turn when I do this. So I'm going to put this there. So I'm going to use this black candle. You could use the wax from that black candle, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my protective spell things on this, my symbols. So like I said, I'm just drawing pentacle, a bunch of pentacles. I'm going to do one on the bottom too. Okay. I'm also going to do one on the top. Okay. Make sure the incense is going. All right. I would do this on a dark moon at night, probably on a Sunday. I'm going to make sure I'm centered, grounded. Tonight I stand complete and tall. At my altar I do call the ancestors and beloved dead for protection of my homestead, the mighty ones to keep an eye, for entities to pass us by. I craft this jar with my own hand. It will be buried in the land. Things meant to banish and confuse. So I'm going to add the things for banishing and confusing, the nails. It's mixed up with the pins, so I'm just going to put them in as well. A broken mirror would be good if you had a broken mirror to add to this. I don't, but I would if I had one. A charm with intent to diffuse. That's the charm. In this jar I do place, shall work in any time and space. Nails and pins meant to confine. So I want to, and this bottle shall turn out fine. So I want to finish putting in the pins. This broken glass intends to scatter all nasty energetic matter. Needles to puncture, urine to drown, the power of the Morgan I summon down. I draw the blood from my own vein. Like I said, we're going to see if I can get a little bit more. I drop it in, power shall gain. With this egg, spirits will disperse and remove any intentional curse. So then I need to seal it. I shake it gently, not to break, as I state my own namesake. CricketSong. So then I'm going to seal it with the glass, with the, not with the glass, with the candle wax. Now, you want to make sure you actually seal it. Move it from here. And you're going to seal it all around the edge. Be careful you don't break the egg inside. And don't cheat and put a hard-boiled egg in there. And you want to make sure it's really buried, covered really well, because we want to bury this. in the yard. Oh, it went out. So you know what? I'm going to use a problem here because the candle wax covers the wick, so you don't want to do that. Don't know if it's going to relight. It did. I'm going to use some so all the time that you're doing this, you want to envision that it's protecting. Now when I use the name of the Morgan, you can use your own god or goddess that you work with, whatever god or goddess that you're working with for protection or for whatever. I just put in the Morgan as a placeholder. Maybe it's Hecate for you, maybe it's Athena, maybe it's Kali, maybe it's Aries, maybe it's Apollo, whoever it is. Maybe it's Thoth, maybe it's Osiris, I mean Zeus, whoever it is that you work with. So you're going to go around and you're going to seal this. Okay, so I finished doing the wax. I ended up using some from the black candle here along with the little stick candle, and that's what it looks like. It's going to be buried upside down like this in the backyard. I'm going to leave this on the pentacle and ask the ancestors, my beloved dead, my spirit guides, the mighty ones, to infuse and aid this energy. Make sure the intention is set. The last stanza of the incantation is, I bind this spell with my own might. I bind this spell as just and right. This is my will. This is my plea. As I will, so mote it be. I would raise energy with a chant. I don't have anything specific that I use when I craft my witch's bottle. This is really spontaneous, the chant that I would use. I would raise the energy, send it there. Again, like I said, then leave it on the pentacle and let my spiritual court infuse the jar, make sure that they are aiding their protection. Whatever goddess or god I chose when I asked them to come down, in this case, in this scenario, I used the Morgan. I would ask her to infuse it with protection as well. When I felt that the incense had stopped burning, if that little candle, if I didn't use the whole thing to seal it, when that stopped, then I would thank the spirits and the spiritual entities that worked with me, make sure their offerings were set. I would extinguish the candle, and then I would go bury the spell bottle. So you want to put this upside down on the ground and then bury it and cover it with the dirt. And that's how I would craft a witch's bottle. Until next time, I love you. Blessed be.